Hey everybody, Des here. Just wanted to give a quick little rundown of what you're going to be watching. I had to mute the audio because my sound was absolute shit. You couldn't hear me over the game sounds, so I'll make sure to fix that for the next video. But this is a GR70 run with a build from Dunkelway, and it is two-piece Marauders and two-piece Shadow. This is Dunkway's the video that I watched for actually discovering this. It's not perfect gear by any means, um, as you can see on the screen right now, and I'll show it a little bit more after the run here. But I am missing a Holy Point shot and a Stone of Jordan I do not have. So I worked with what I had. But the run itself, I got pretty lucky. It was a crater map, as you'll see here in a minute. And I don't know what I can say. I mostly played pretty well. One thing that I am noticing is with no Holy Point shot, I don't have that extra lightning damage. And without an Ancient Lord Greenstones, that doesn't help as well. Also, if I had lightning damage on that, it would be even better, and my Traveler's Pledge doesn't have lightning damage. So I do need to get some gear to make it a little bit better, more useful for higher graders. But who knows, I mean, for all I know, I might be able to clear a 70 if I can get a good riff like this. And this is without a conduit, it is also without a power pylon. The only pylons I recall off the top of my head are a channeling pylon and a shield pylon for the boss, which you'll see whether or not that was needed or not. You know, just definitely stick towards the end of the video, or you can skip to the Rift Guardian kill. Yeah, I don't know what more I can say about it. The gameplay itself is pretty straightforward. You gather as many mobs as you can. When you get to the 25 stack area, you want to sit and wait for the Traveler's Pledge stacks to go to 100 and blow up the person, as you see right there. And, you know, again, ideally it would have been nice to have done that on the first hit, so I wouldn't have to fuck around waiting for it. And then right here is nice juicy density, so I'm going to sit here and wait for that for my first lightning rotation. It still does pretty well. As of right now, I think I only have 20% additive damage to lightning, which is trash in my opinion. I want to say my Lord Greenstones only has cold damage. Definitely not a good roll lightning means. And this guy, I don't recall, I don't think I killed him on the first hit. That's right, because my near-death experience proc or my Templar might have charged them all out. But here's that channeling pylon. I just used it because for me it doesn't really do much except allow me to use my cooldowns more rapidly. But I still have to wait for my stacks of Famine Knives to go up to 30 before I can make a dent in the champions here. And another problem that I do notice with this build is with the amount of pets you have, they kind of just go apeshit. So you'll see me do it a couple of times when I realize that my pets aren't attacking the correct target. You run a screen away and they should follow you from there. So don't get mad, just stay patient and keep a level head. Just make sure that you walk enough paces away from the actual stuff, so that way it gives them a chance to group up, and then you can re-engage, and then they'll stay nice and cluttered for you. So I should be able to hit, maybe kill both of them here as soon as I get to the 30 stack in lightning. And that's the one thing that I make sure to wait for, is always do it on the lightning rotation. Even if you don't have the added damage to lightning, it's still best to wait until then. And you also notice that there are some ways that I took that led to a dead end, and that's solely because I wanted to see if I could find a power pylon. I was very confident that with this rift that I'd be able to clear it with plenty of time. Oh, and it looks like I did get a speed pylon. So realistically, the pylons I got didn't really do much in terms of adding damage, and my sheet damage is only sitting around maybe 1.3 million unbuffed. Toughness is way up there. It's in the 160 million area, which as a non-support character, that's pretty darn good in my opinion for a casual like myself. And yeah, normally I wouldn't have taken this way at all. Um, but again, that power pylon is definitely something that you want to use for the boss. And if I did find a power pylon, I would have left this density here and came back for it. And that was a nice one shot right there. Now, if only I could do that every time, that would definitely help out a lot. And then I was fortunate enough to find another champion pack in this bottom hand corner to make it a little bit more worth going. And here you see I'm trying to reset all my pets by running a little bit further away. But as you see, they're still kind of scattered, so now I'm going to go in the far corner, and now they start to follow a little bit better. And those other guys are kind of stuck on the stairs. I didn't really want to worry about them, though. I just wanted to focus on trying to get these guys in the one hit with my 30 stacks, and my pets are off to the right in bumfuck nowhere. And another good thing I noticed about this build is you have so much toughness that you don't have to waste a ring slot for Unity. You can just use your Convection of Elements, Stone of Jordan, and the Compass Rose Traveler's Pledge. That is mandatory, so you get your 100 stacks, for your damage increase. But this build is very flexible with what items you can use. For example, I don't have a good Aquila Curious, so I have that in the cube, and I'm wearing the belt that gives me damage reduction for however many companions I have. So normally, the build that I looked at, he said ideally you want to have Aquila Curious equipped, your Zoe's in the cube, and a Thunder God's Vigor in your belt slot, which is even more additive damage. I want to say up to maybe 120% every time you dodge or block, you get lightning damage, which, is good for this build, because you're going to be buffing up your lightning damage as much as you can. And then again, normally I would have gone up and to the right because that's where the end of the rift is, or the end of the level. But realistically speaking, this map was so good that I didn't want to leave. I really liked the density, I liked the mob types, and yeah. I mean, realistically, maybe I should have gone to the next level. I could have spawned a power pylon, but I didn't want to take the chance. I've got pretty bad luck when it comes to getting a rift like this. And even when I do get a rift like this, the mob types are usually trash. They're either really tanky, or they don't follow very well. It's really AIDS. But this one, I really wish I was on a 75 for. Let's be honest, if I was on a 75, it probably wouldn't have been this nice of a rift, but if it would have been the same mob types, same density, greater rift 75, I really think I could have completed it in time. And as you see, I'm just over the 50% mark, and I see that shield pylon there, and how close I am to spawning the Rift Guardian. I didn't even want to bother until I knew what I was going to expect for the Guardian. And to be honest, I feel like I kind of got trolled with the Rift Guardian. For as good of a riff this was, it's never free. You can always expect some kind of a catch. But you'll find that out here in a sec when the Guardian comes over here. It's a Mallet Lord Perendi. This guy has a lot of health, and at least when I was on my monk, he would one shot, and those meteors are one shot. So maybe I jumped the gun a little bit early getting the shield, but I wanted to try and get as much damage on him as possible. And I guess to be fair, I could have waited until I was getting ready to use my first Phantom Knife, so that way I could do 2 full rotations worth. But yeah, fortunately, just need to stand still, keep my 100 stacks, and when I'm attacking with Bolas, it's just for stricken stacks. So that's pretty important as well. I really got nothing else to say, guys. Just be sure to let me know what you think in the comments below. If you could leave a like, that'll really help my channel out. I'm going to leave a description for that video from Dunkelvey in the description, which I think I just said that, so that's pretty redundant. Forgive me. So definitely check that out. And there's also a speed clear for Death's Breath farming on that same video as well. And then, yeah, just if you could leave a like, favorite, even subscribe, that would help out as well. And let me know if you want to see more of this in the future. Maybe see my progress with this new build. And this is my first ever commentary. It's very hard to keep talking the entire time, so thanks again for watching. I'm going to let the video close out, and hopefully you enjoyed. We'll see you next time.